we are off on another adventure. This time we're heading to Bryce National Park in southern Utah. We're going to spend 2 nights there and explore Bryce National Park. A pretty popular spot if you're heading down to southern Utah is the Creamery. It's in Beaver, Utah, and this is my first time here, so we're gonna go in and see what this place is all about. The Creamery has been around since 1952, but gained popularity when they built this huge store in 2018. How is it, buddy? I'm jealous. We then made our way through Panguitch, Utah to our hotel. We have arrived at Best Western Ruby's Inn, so it's time to check in. Ruby's Inn began in 1923 when Ruby Cyrett built it as a tourist rest and post office. It has a gift shop, general store, pool, and a great breakfast at the Cowboy Buffet and Steak Room. The rooms are rustic, but comfortable. Can't complain, we're at Bryce National Park. We're up, it's 6:30 in the morning. Oh yeah, it's a little cold and everything's frozen solid. Cold, it's 17 degrees out. It's a little bit chilly. At 6:30 in the morning, no one was at the entrance gate, so we were able to drive right through. Sunrise Point is the northernmost of the 4 major viewpoints that overlook the iconic Bryce Amphitheater. This was so worth getting up at 6 a.m. to come and witness this beautiful sunrise. Bryce Canyon does not disappoint. It is absolutely spectacular. It is 17 degrees outside, so it's cold and you're gonna make a sacrifice, hence the heated gloves. But other than that, what a majestic experience. It's so gorgeous. If you can get out to Bryce National Park and go to Sunrise Point at sunrise, it's absolutely beautiful. We just finished up hiking out to Sunrise Point. It was definitely cold. It's still cold. It's now 21 degrees, but we're off to breakfast. They give you a voucher for their restaurant that you can eat at. The breakfast buffet had just about anything you could want for breakfast, and it was really delicious. Old Brycetown is located just across the street from Best Western Ruby's Inn. Wander through the many shops decorated in the style of an Old West town street. Unfortunately, it was closed when we were there in early March. After breakfast, we headed into the park, and our first stop was the Visitor Center. You can obtain driving and hiking directions beyond those available on the website. Who do you love? Bryce Canyon's high elevation, clean air, and remote location creates some of the darkest skies in the country. In the donation. Good job, buddy. Right in Utah. From the Visitor Center, we drove to the end of the park. We just arrived at Rainbow Point, which is the far end of Bryce National Park. And we're gonna start from here, go check out each of the sites as we work our way back to the main entrance. At 9,115 feet, this and the Yovimpa Point are the highest viewpoints in the park. It's icy. About bit it. Well, that was close. Tectonic uplifts have lifted this entire scene from sea level over the course of the last 20 million years. Somebody put a little duck snowman on there. Don't go off trail. You will be charged $100 penalty. And that red rock is so awesome. I love it with the snow on it though. The snow just makes the red pop. At Agua Canyon, 2 prominent hoodoos command attention. On the left is the taller of the 2 towers, the Hunter. To the right is a hoodoo commonly referred to as Rabbit. This impressive feature is a natural arch or window formed primarily by the expansion of ice in cracks deep within. Far Viewpoint is appropriately named. Navajo Mountain, 90 miles away on the border of Utah and Arizona, can be seen on all but the worst days. Along with Bryce Point, Inspiration Point provides a bird's eye view of the world's largest collection of rock spires called hoodoos, found within the Bryce Amphitheater. To the north, it is a 0.7 mile hike to Sunset Point. It is a 1.2 mile hike to Sunrise Point. The section between Sunrise and Sunset Points is paved and has minor elevation changes. The path is wheelchair accessible except in severe weather, and this is the only section of the rim trail pets are allowed on. We finally gotten to our hike. Because Bryce during winter has a lot of the trails closed, we're going to be doing Queen's Garden to Navajo Loop. It's a beautiful hike. Get to walk through the hoodoos and really experience all Bryce has to offer in one trail system. Sunrise Point and Queen's Garden. Bryce National Park is one of our favorite national parks in Utah. It's where my wife and I fell in love. So this is a fun thing for us to do every once in a while. The Queen's Garden Trail is the least difficult of the trails descending from the rim into the Bryce Canyon Amphitheater. Our most popular hike in the park, and the one I'd recommend for first-time visitors. The Queens/Navajo combination loop combines the open views and unique hoodoos of the Queen's Garden Trail with the iconic switchbacks and towering canyon walls of the Navajo Loop Trail. The Queen Victoria Hoodoo is named for a statue in London because of its resemblance to that statue. We stopped and ate a packed lunch and enjoyed the beautiful weather. Then it was time to finish the loop. You see the two bridges? We made our way up the switchbacks and caught a glimpse of the three wise men, named after the biblical three wise men who bore gifts for Jesus. Well, that was a fun hike. It was Queen's Garden to Navajo Loop. We finish up right at Wall Street, which is closed, unfortunately, for the winter because it's covered in snow. This is our finishing view. Had about 3 miles and change for Queen's Garden to Navajo Loop. Snow Angel! We're gonna do one more hike while we're here. This one's gonna be Mossy Cave. It's super short. It's only 0.4 miles out and then another back, so 0.8 total. Mossy Cave Trail is one of the lowest elevation hikes in the park, as well as one of the only hikes that begins with a climb and ends with a descent. Most day hikes in the park begin with a descent and end with a climb. Mossy Cave isn't actually a cave at all. It is a grotto that is constantly wet and dripping. It even forms ice in the winter months. The waterfall isn't really a natural waterfall either. It was created by the pioneers when they dug a 10-mile canal to bring water to Bryce Valley. Our trip to Bryce, though short, was amazing as ever. It's such an incredible place, and there's way more to explore than we shared in this video. Definitely make it part of your plans if you're ever in Utah. And since Zion and Capitol Reef National Parks are only 2 hours away from Bryce, you can experience 3 of the national parks in Utah so easily. We hope you do. If you're enjoying our content, we would absolutely love if you'd subscribe and hit the bell to get reminded of our next videos. Thanks!